She's called the 4 as a bit of insurance, Ben, coming around the 5. If she can take all of the energy out of the cue ball, there's a good chance the 4 will come back across the table, and maybe the 9-8 will come for cover.
Yeah. Good hit. I think she's gonna be in the 50-yard line, which is not hard enough, and to use the 8-9, but too hard to use the 7. So she found the gap in between for Xiaofang Fu. And I really love her stroke. She really has a solid technique, good acceleration through the cue ball, good stillness. She really stayed down well on the shots. So great fundamentals there.
She just had a little glance over at the 8-9 cluster. I do like where the 7 is. It should allow her to pick her spot for the 8, but this is going to be the shot here for me, Ben, getting from the 6th to where she wants to be on the 7.
Yeah, she definitely wants to be near the line of the 7. What I mean by line is the line, if you draw a line to the center of its pocket and the 7 ball, she really wants to be near that line to manufacture something with the 8, and she will not be there. So maybe she planned to go draw with the outside English, yeah, to just go short, long, cross the table. But I didn't think the 8 ball passed this way, but I misjudged it.
I have to say, Ben, it doesn't look like there's much of a window for her to aim for, so she's going to need to be really precise with the cue ball.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can let the stroke out, like near the maximum draw. Yeah. Oh, okay. So, oh, that was a smart shot. Okay. I didn't think the 8 ball passed, so that's why she played that, and it's a great shot.
Yeah, and again, showing respect to her opponent, Ina back to the table with, again, not much of a look at all. Good hit. The 7's come quite a way up the long rail here. Still a potable 7. As to what Xiaofang can get on the 8, well, just wondering if she can run past the 9 into that spot she needs to.
She had it, but left the 7 ball hanging. Didn't miss it by much, but that was a good shot. But now Ina is in a tough spot because the 7 ball is really deep into the pocket. So I wouldn't be surprised that she would go real first and try to clip it, going all around the table. Yeah, like that. But it's really tough to control, and I don't think she'll have it.
No. As you said, when it's that deep in the jaws of the pocket, it can be very difficult to get much action and to judge the energy that the cue ball's going to keep. So, again, a little tricky for Ina here. Does not want to be leaving this 8 in the open.
Good shot. We have 2 different styles here also, because Ina really has a, how can I say, a competitive mind. She really put an effort and do everything she can to, to win. And on the other side, you have Asian players always have, self-control, and it looks like winning is not the point for them. I don't know what's the reality, but it's a different attitude, I would say.
Yeah, indeed. And I have to say, when the fight comes up to Ina, she really does rise to the challenge. We've seen it so often in the past. But as you indicated, with the contrast in styles, and coupled with their poker faces, Ben, it's very difficult to see that sort of necessarily competitive nature from the Asian players. But I have to say, they do make potting look like fun out there.
Yeah, and I've seen it over the years. I really respect the Germans for that. I've been myself to a lot of European championships, and the willpower they have to win, even if sometimes you can win ugly. But this is an asset to have when you are a competitive pool player, to win whatever happens, whether you play good or bad.
Yeah, that's the key, Ben. Whether you play good or bad, how are you able to keep yourself in it? Now, a dry break. Ina back to the table. This one is on, as you can see from this camera angle. So is the two, if she's looking to go offensive. A lot of distance between the two here, though.
Oh, great shot there. What a shot.
Brilliant. And to avoid the traffic and come around that cluster to leave the 2-on, even more impressive. And that will be a good early feel for Ina here in this second rack. Looks like it passes the 7 as well. This 3 could really open the rack up nicely for her here, Ben.
Oh yeah, she played a beautiful opening shot, and she got herself in a great position to run this rack. And I have to say, I'm a little bit surprised that she is playing with a small extension, a small cue extension, because it makes the cue obviously heavier, and I expect taller players, and I would say myself, I played with the cue extension for years, and I quit doing it because the weight was too challenging for me. So I'm surprised she played with it, but it's all about personal preference.
Yeah, it's interesting. Some players rather have just longer cues to start with. I've seen some monsters out there. But yeah, it can be down to the feel. But I have to say, what a response from Ina here. Pounced on that dry break and has developed this closing pattern really nicely. This a big shot to get on the 9. Ooh. Where's that cue ball? Oh.
Yeah, actually, what happened there is that I think she didn't want to play the 9 short side. Of course, she really wanted to come across the table. But then, when she delivered the draw, she took the 8 ball really thicker than she would have liked. And so she draws straight back to the long rail, but I think she would have liked to go on the other side of the 9. That's why she put like full power on this draw, but took it too thick.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened, and it just picked up the draw early then and tracked all the way up the left-hand side, and that would not have been what Ina was hoping for. I have to say, she put in a sterling performance in this second rack and looked forever and a day that she was going to bring the scoreline back to level. However, Paul has a wonderful way of keeping us on our toes in the box, and Fu now leads 2-0 and will return to the table with her next break. As we look at the action over on table 2, well, we have an American in action, Brianna Miller, taking on Sakura Muramatsu. 2 young Americans already booking their place in the next round. In the winner's bracket, Sophia Mast and Savannah Easton. 2 more Americans in the loser's bracket, looking to keep going. Now Xiaofang Fu looking for success off the break. Her last one, a dry break, which Ina pounced on.
Powerful break, but came up dry.
Yeah, and the one does have the top right corner pocket. Does look like if Ina were to take that on, there may be a danger of running into the 2 ball with the cue ball, so may not be the time to pull the trigger yet.
Yeah, more. She's more likely to. I don't think she's gonna go for it, but the thing is, makes the shot a lot more difficult because she's jacking up over the 8. And yeah, I expect her to play safe, to hit thicker, but that was a tough spot. And I was talking about the cue extension, and it's even more difficult when you have to jack up over a ball because the weight is on the rear of the cue. So myself, I used to take it off when I was frozen on the rail or when I was jacking up.
Oh, pocket speed.
Sure.
Yeah. Thin cut on this too.
Good speed there to catch the line of the 3 on the side. The 4 ball is hanging, and yeah, so she'll have to face cue ball movement from the 5 to the 6.
You brought up the fact that many of the women in this 10-ball World Championship will also be taking part in our Fujifilm Women's Doubles Showdown. Well, Ina Kaplan will not be appearing in that this time around. However, Xiaofang Fu will be teaming up with her fellow country lady, Siming Chen.
One of the greatest female to ever hold the cue.
Exactly. Can you imagine some of the teams we've got lined up for that? I may mention a few others, but that will be getting underway later today. And I tell you what, Ben, there are going to be some interesting pairings out there. I really look forward to seeing how that pans out. A little thinner on this 5 into the side pocket. Oh, clipping the 9. It's not done too much harm at all.
and it's all ready to get on the hill, getting. So things are running fast here. One small mistake from Ina, and she's already under the gun in the first set.
Yeah, absolutely. And that second rack, she came out and showed exactly the threat she can and should be in this match, but Fu really looking in control here to take this to the hill, but still not done yet. These 4 balls remaining. Not doing too much with the cue ball, keeping it conservative. Just need to move the cue ball off the top short rail and back down the table. She's looking very good, Ben, and not looking like she's going to give Ina too many opportunities. So far, the biggest one coming to Ina was from a dry break. And Xiaofang Fu gets to the hill in formidable style in this opening set. 3-0 is the score. As I mentioned on Pro Billiard TV, we will have 4 streamed matches taking place for you. And over on our other stream tables, the action, Brianna Miller 2-0 up over Sakura Muramatsu. And on table 3, well, I haven't had an update on the score there. That would be Caroline Power of the USA taking on Kelly Fisher. And our table 4 matchup, Menghia Hung is 2-0 up over Sara Iannini.
I was looking at the stats, and for the moment, we only have 1 missed ball from Fu, and that's it. No fouls, no nothing. I mean, TPA over 800, POP, excuse me, TPA, it's same thing. So yeah, we are having a masterclass for the moment, and I had the privilege to watch this lady play, and it's really powerful. You mentioned she's gonna pair with Siming Chen, and I made definitely one of the favorite team myself.
Ooh, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. I like that, Ben. Oh, dry break. Nothing on the 1 for Ina. Would like to get something happening in this opening set, but maybe forced into a push here, and I'm not too sure where the best place is to push to.
Yeah, this is tough. In this type of situation, maybe what can be done is to tie up balls. You know, when you don't know where to push and there is no obvious way to make a good push, you can tie up 2 balls. For example, she could have tied the 2 and the 6, even if she leaves a kick shot to create a problem.
Well, Ina's playing from the position she pushed into, so I'm sure she'd have had something in the back of her mind. Oh, just reaching a little over the 2 ball. Doesn't look to be stretched too much. Oh,
No, this was all about distance.
Well, the cut is on, Ben. I'm not sure if there's any value where that 2 ball is situated.
Maybe with a lot of inside, or just like that to take the cut, but I don't think she has it now. maybe she has the carom of the two. It's hard to tell from here, but I think she already called the 9, so maybe she has it. Yeah.
Nice.
That's good.
Yeah, and that's really solved the biggest problem out there.
Yeah, that's the reason why I was talking about the push out, because if, for example, she had tied the 6 and the 2, then Fu couldn't have the opportunity to run. But this is always tricky, those push out situations.
She made that last shot look effortless as well. Generated a lot of topspin on that.
Oh. Yeah, we are living with the players. So yeah, this is going to be tough because the 7 ball is right in the middle and she'll have to jack up, and it's never easy. Yeah, very interesting the way she reset a routine on this shot. She was down on the shot. She was aiming and do extension to reset and try to get into the line of the shot better. This is mental clarity from Fu here.
Yeah, and this is really sending a message over to Ina here. Ina's not really come to the table with many opportunities at all. In fact, the one glaring one, she really took that rack by the horns, but just put herself out of position at the end. And these 3 balls for Xiaofang Fu to take the opening set in as clinical a fashion as she could have hoped for. A little bit closer to the cushion with the cue ball than she'd have hoped, but this 10 ball to take the opening set in quick fashion. Ina Kaplan jumping out of her chair and removing her glove, looking to take advantage of a timeout here and maybe come back with a little refresh of mind. Fu just having a quick conversation. Was that Shasha? I didn't quite catch who looked at her behind the corner there, but Fu also taking the timeout as well. Myself, Gethin Davis, and my colleague Benjamin Belhassan will join the players and we'll return for the start of set 2 in very short fashion. While we're gone, please do visit ProBilliardsSeries.com to keep up to date with all the live scores. And if you're enjoying the feed here on Pro Billiard TV, please do like, share and subscribe. But don't go anywhere. We'll be back very shortly for more action as we kick off our second set. And a very warm welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Banca del Fucino WPA Women's 10-Ball World Championships and this losers first round matchup between Xiaofang and Ina Kaplan. Our opening set being taken in commanding form by Xiaofang and Ina Kaplan to the table to get the second set kicked off. My name's Gethin Davis. Joining me back in the box, Benjamin Belhassan. Welcome back, Ben.
Yeah, thank you, Gavin. And I was thinking about Ina and what's tough in this game mentally is to try to get really a fresh start. But the format is also good for that, because if it were, for example, a race to 8 and the score is 4-0, it's really not the same. So now she's only one set behind, and you really have to do a mental reset, taking a timeout to get back on track as if it were the start of the match. Of course, it's easier said than done, but this is what you have to do. Stay in the present and take each opportunity you will have. But as you mentioned earlier, she didn't have much opportunities in the first set. Fu delivering a masterclass. So yeah. And also what is really, really tough and particular to pull is that your opponent can miss, just like Fu did, and you can't get a shot sometimes. So this is even more cruel, but it's part of the game we all love.
No, absolutely, Ben. And one thing we do know about Ina is that she is very well seasoned in many different formats of play, and she will certainly not count herself out of this, but she'll be fully aware of what she needs to do to be able to get back into this. So far, I will say, Xiaofang has been showing the utmost respect to Ina and putting her in some very difficult positions, as you mentioned, not really been coming to the table with much at all. And Ina's going to find that she's going to need to bring this match to her rather than wait for it to come to her, I feel.
Good shot there. Simple shot, but really effective.
Yeah, you can only really see one escape the two rail here. Long rail, short rail.
Yeah, but cue ball is going to track towards the corner pocket, so she needs to watch the speed here to try to, get air. Yeah, that's what I thought. You really need to play this kind of kick really soft, because just after the contact of the the cue ball will hit the rail, so you don't have this problem. And that's the shot she played, but really, really, she should have played it really softer than this to let the cue ball in the corner, not scratching.
Reward from Ina's safety. This is a nice looking table for Ina here, and no real problem she needs to deal with. Perhaps the 8 if it's not passing the 9.
Yeah, that was the first issue, to try to avoid the 10, because she drew a little bit too much on the 3 and she had a wrong angle on the 4. So she played with a little bit of inside here to avoid the 10. But now she's facing a tough shot on the 5. But more importantly, she's going to track towards the 6 without any pocket for the 6, I believe, except the bottom left. So that's what she's looking at right now. Oh, good shot. She even nudged the 6 ball to make it if it didn't. So can't get any better than this. gonna be tough.
I felt she had to do that though, because of where the cue ball was going to track if she tried to play that slow. Could have done with a bigger bounce off this last rail, but still a good opportunity. But she's going to jack up to need to get the cue ball back here.
Good shot.
Yeah, she certainly looks like she's got a bit more determination about her as well, Ben.
Yeah, definitely. She played a couple of really great shots there to get the run. So yeah, we had that 4 with English and then the 5 to nudge the 6. Yeah, great run out. Solid from Ina this time. So she's back on track.
Absolutely. Puts her first point on the board. It's taken till the second set to do it, but she's taken the initiative. And we'll come back to the table in this winner breaks format. And if that break starts to work, Ina could start to see a lot more fortune. So far, neither player really getting to grips with it. But if Ina can push on from here and just keep Xiaofang sat in her chair, I've got a feeling this match could really warm up very nicely for her.
So remember, it's a losers round 1 match. So the loser will go home, which add more pressure to the outcome, if possible, in a world championship.
Exactly. The pressure's already brimming, but I have to say neither player really showing it, even at this stage.
Yeah, as you mentioned, they are both seasoned players and with a lot of experience, so they know what it takes to be there, and they exactly know why they are there.
Yeah, I think Ina will be a little bit disappointed with the result from her break. It has left a good spread on the balls, and with that nice opening look at the 1, Xiaofang is already looking at the shape she wants on this 3 to get for the 4, and that looks like the biggest stumbling block at the moment for her.
Oh yeah, the position of the 4 is really ugly, considering the fact that the 5 ball is blocking the short side and that she might not be able to get on the right side of the 3 unless playing perfect speed on position. Yeah, this is good, but now the 9 ball is on the way to get 2 rails, so this is really tricky. See if she can avoid the 9 going around the 9. This is really a small path, but okay, that's nice. I didn't think she could do that, but she came up short a little bit.
Yeah, we've seen Xiaofang take on bank shots and also make very, very tricky cuts. This is going to be up there with one of the trickiest so far, and she has called it. Hold on tight, Ben.
Yeah, she tried to get the 4 and zigzag the cue ball and pocket the 5 in the same pocket. This is smart because you have to let the stroke out. She missed it, but she's left a really difficult position for Ina. It's forcing her to play safe, I believe. Yeah, good shot, very good shot.
that was very difficult to get an object ball in between the pair there. Okay, one rail escape. I think she's called it into the bottom left, indicating that it may pass the 9.
Yeah, definitely. The thing is, she will have to hit it hard. Yeah, that's the way I like it. That's the best chance
there. But doesn't need to do too much with the cue ball. And this, now, a great opportunity to extend her lead in this second set. And whatever she said to herself during the timeout, it's certainly working. And she doesn't seem at all like she's rushing towards it. She's keeping composed.
Yeah, because she has a choice here to just roll the 5 and play the 6 on the side, or to bump the 5 and play the 6 in the corner. Yeah, I kind of like this shot, except if she's dead straight. But even if she's dead straight, she will have the possibility to get to the 7. That's why I like this shot more than the follow and play the 6 on the side. I think it was the best choice.
Yeah, very nicely done as well. Good judgment on the draw. This is great stuff from the German. I know you mentioned, Ben, in these formats, it's quite easy just to put a set behind you and focus on the set in hand, but when you see a 4-0 scoreline, you can't help but think that that's going to bode a little on the brain, but the professionalism of Ina and the high quality pool we've already been greeted with so far in this match has rewarded her with a 2-0 lead in this second set.
For sure, she's never going to give up.
Let me just bring the stats up. I'm having a look across the table, rather the arena. A couple of matches very much underway. Over on our table 2, Brianna Miller has taken the opening set against Sakura Muramatsu from Japan. Our match over on table 3, well, that started a little late, but Kelly Fisher has certainly got down to business, leading 3-0 in the opening set against Caroline Power of the USA. And our other match being streamed on table 4, well, the match between Mengxia Heng and Sarah Iannini. Well, Mengxia, it's 1-0 up as they've just finished their opening set there. Ina Kaplan to break, leading 2-0, but trailing 1 set to 0. And again, the break just letting her down somewhat. Okay, we do see quite a few dry breaks in the hand rack format, but not so often you keep leaving your opponent with a good look on the 1. That's twice now in a row for Xiaofang.
Yes, this could be frustrated at times when you play good and the break is just not working and your opponent gets back at the table. But that's part of the game. Of course, she knows it.
Yeah, needs to... I was going to say, needs to be a bit particular with the 4 to 5. Also, that 9 looked quite close to the 10. I'm not too sure if the bottom right corner is available for it.
Yeah, it looks like, but the thing is, if you look at this layout, you need... Oops. Ooh.
You need position on the 4 first. Oh my. That's a little slip from Xiaofang.
Exactly, and the 6 ball is a big ball there, because to play the 3, the 4, and the 5, you need to be in the center of the table, and the 6 ball is right in the center of the table. which is really a trouble if you want to get through the rack. So I was going to say that before she just hooked herself behind the 6 ball. So yeah, that was a big problem here. Now she is going to try to rail first this softly, trying to make it and split the balls in case she doesn't. Yeah, good shot.
Oh, well, that was always a danger, but it looked like she'd played that so delicately that the cue ball wasn't going to make it to the corner pocket. Oh.
Yeah, it's the same type of shot she had on the kick safe on the 2 rails where she scratched. You really need to be soft on the cue ball here. That was exactly the same kind of shots.
And again, Ben, Ina finding herself at the table in prime position. And a good 6 to 7 here. She will certainly be hoping to get on the hill in as quick a fashion as her opponent did in the opening set.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the way she played that 5, but still okay. I thought she would play the 6 on the side instead, but personal preference.
Still going to be moving the cue ball a bit here as well.
Outside English, that's why she's a little bit out of line, but she should be okay.
Wow, what a contrast. Ina Kaplan has taken 3 on the bounce in this second set and finds herself on the hill in as formidable fashion as her opponent did in the opening set. And will return to the table with the break, and a great opportunity to take this in quick fashion to a third and deciding set, and who knows what sort of confidence that is fueling within Ina. Not really much to argue about for Xiaofang. 2, well, you could say unforced errors, but they were unfortunate errors after playing very good shots or very thoughtful shots. But nevertheless, she sat in her chair, staring down the barrel of a 3-0 deficit in the second set. Will she get out of her chair? Or can Ina keep her in it? Or can Ina keep her in it?
Interesting that she moved the break spot, because she didn't get it going on the break, so now she's breaking from the middle and she's got 1. So this is a smart move from Ina there to try to change things.
As you can see on the balls pocketed, both players just one ball difference between them, highlighting the contrast of the first and the second set. Now this is a long one to take on.
Yeah.
Lovely angle of the pot she's got ahead of her.
Oh, good shot. Wow, this is the powerful stroke she needed.
Yeah, and I won't say that she didn't have this passion in the opening set. I just don't think she had the opportunity to show it. This second set has been a complete contrast, and I mean, really good signs for both players. And as you said, this could have been a final stage match in itself.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you're really right on this. She didn't play poorly in the first set. She just didn't have any opportunity to get there. So yeah, I tell you what, this is one of the best match we've seen since the beginning of the tournament. I mean, very little errors, very small margin for both players.
Yeah, absolutely. And the errors have not come from stupid decisions. They've come from good shots just having an unfortunate ending. Really world class. And I have to say, the field that's out there, you really should not be expecting much less. I've got a feeling it's going to be like this for the rest of the week, Ben.
Yeah, and this is the shot of the rack. This is tough because she has to roll it. It's like a thin cut and she has to stay for the 5. So yeah, this is tough. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of value in taking it on though, Ben. And she will have had in the back of the mind exactly what could happen if it was missed. Guess with a 3-0 lead in the second set, that may have made her decision making a little easier. And after being sat in a chair for a little bit, Xiaofang back to the table with a cut on this 4 and a chance to just start making a mark in the second set, if it's not too late, of course.
I like the way she played it with inside. This is really a good shot from Fu there. But as I mentioned, the shot of the rack was the one that Ina just missed on the 4 ball. And obviously she knew that it was a difficult shot and the key shot of the rack. But I had the feeling that she played it 100%. She just missed it, as everybody misses in the world. So no need to be frustrated. She went for it and it's just a simple miss.
Yeah, Fu will be desperate to capitalize on it. She will ideally like to give herself a chance of closing this match in the second set. It's going to have to come from the hardest position possible. May just look to freeze the cue ball here for the 10 across in the right side pocket.
Yeah.
And well, the comeback has to start somewhere in the second set. If Xiaofang wants to win it in straight sets, this 10 ball to get her off in that direction. More importantly, we'll be back to the table with the break. Ina was just starting to threaten with her break, so very timely to do that. And she'll be back to the table trailing 3-1 in this second set. I was just having a little look around our arena for some updates. No results in as of yet, but most matches already through to the second set. As you can see on the schedule, Miller 1-0 up on Muramatsu. Kelly Fisher's match, she is on the hill. Oh, no, result just through. In their opening set, Kelly Fisher taking the opening set there. And our match with Sara Iannini, well, the opening set in that match has actually gone to Hung. So plenty of action out there for you. A lot of choice, but please stay with us here on table 1. There is a lot of pool left in this one, and it's been world class so far. Makes the one.
A lot of English in the cue ball. So it causes the rack not to spread properly.
Yeah, there's an awkward cluster down by Fu's body there. The 8-10-6-5. But her focus was on that blue two. She played that thin cut delicately to be able to hold for the 3. She's looking for that angle that she can get from the 4 to do something with the 5 as well.
Should be okay.
Yeah, she wants to come back across and avoid the 8. For the 5 into the same pocket. Does she need to bump into the 10 and move the 10 and the 8 out the way?
Yeah, the thing is she doesn't have that much of an angle here. So yeah, she has to jack up and probably go, yeah, like that. But I don't think she could get a shot from here. I would probably go high ball to try to get to the other side of the 6 to pocket it on the side or in the top right, because the stand like this with 2 balls in front of her is really hard to control. I don't know what type of edge she has here, but does she have a good safety shot there? Maybe the bank? No. That's too short.
Yeah, you could see what she was trying to do there, bringing the 10 into play and leaving the 6 up against the 7. Not only has that not worked, that 6 looks like it has a pathway. Tapped the table there, Ben, as if that was a missed shot, but
yeah,
if the pot
I think it
on,
was
I thought
actually.
she played that quite well.
I think she tried to cheat the pocket and to overcut the 6, try to get a shot, but try to make the 6, but she missed it. That's why she apologized. But now she has an opportunity to lock her opponent, to play good safety, to seal the deal. Good shot.
Yeah, would have loved to have brought that 8 into play as well.
Yeah, but at the same time she freed, because I wasn't sure that the 8 ball passes the 9. So at the same time she freed up the 8 from the 9, so it's not bad. Yeah, that was very tough to do, what she attempted, like cutting the 6 and getting back behind the 8. That was really a good effort.
Well, fancy her chances on this 6, but she's got to put in a shot to get shape on this 7. Can she dig in enough and screw off the short rail behind it, or?
This is close. The thing is, the more you put some draw into this shot, the faster the cue ball is going to come towards the short rail and bounce it off. So I don't think you can like draw the ball and get into the 7-10. I don't think so. Yeah, that's a good shot. I mean, she's leading 3-1 in the second set. Why would she go for a fancy shot like this to to take the risk. I think she's made a good choice there.
Yeah, and there's nothing offensive for Fu either.
And the safety shot is tough from there. Yeah, that's the only thing she could have done. Wow, she's done beautifully, but she didn't got it.
Oh, just needed to avoid that 8, and that would have been such a delicate locked up safety for Ina to contend with. Now, I'm not too sure how much of the 6 she can see, but she'd be looking to get that cue ball, maybe behind the 9 again. Sorry, the 8.
That's a good shot, but she decelerated a little bit on the impact. That's why the cue ball like stopped here instead of going behind the 8 ball. I mean, still okay, it's a containing, but the snooker was a bonus here, a huge bonus. She called the bank, but I'm wondering why does she take this risk. I personally wouldn't. Oh, okay. I like that much, much better.
Oh. Ina just had a second look at that, you know.
She has it. Yeah, wow. She didn't protect the 6 ball enough. That's the point. Because sometimes to get the snooker, you need to take a risk. And she took it. So that's brave. But she didn't get the snooker, so.
Well, she managed to get that cue ball to contact the 10-7 cluster. It hasn't really panned out in a favourable position, I don't feel. Yeah, focused on the cue ball there. Called the 10 as a bit of a backup. The 7 is on.
This is thin. You really need to stay down on this type of shots. Oh wow, she overcut it, which is pretty crazy.
A little laugh as well. In disbelief, I feel. That was...
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Sometimes when you have thin cuts like this, it's common to overcut them because you know it's an extreme thin cut, so you go for the maximum thin you can and you overcut it. That happens.
Yeah, let us not forget Ina was cueing off the cushions, off the rail as well. Yeah. The cue ball rested right up against it. However, from 3-0, Ben, Fu is starting to chip away at it. And if there ever was time for Ina to show frustration, now would be a good time for Fu to exploit it. This 10 ball, scoreline back to 3-2, and this second set is not looking like a formality. And Xiaofang Fu will return to the table with an opportunity just to get on the hill as well and force this second set into a deciding rack. And I'll just let you know, we have one result already in this losers round. And sadly, an exit for one of the home hopefuls, Silvia Gaudino, who was bested by Sosoa. And I have to say, Sosoa is always one of my picks to be in the final stages. She finds herself early on in the losers round, as we have seen some other big players as well. And as more results start to come in, I will keep you updated. Was there anything in the statistics there jumping out at you, Ben?
Yeah, I thought the player overall performance is really high for those two players. And they pretty much have one set each, but the second set, we thought that Ina would win it like as a formality, and she made a couple of mistakes, and now she's in trouble under the gun again, because score is now 3-2 in the second. Remember, she scratched on the 7 ball in the previous game, so that was a big mistake.
This one does look like it passes, Ben, but I'm not sure what the value is in going for it.
Yeah. Oh wow, she's going for it. This is nice. And then she played a safety shot out of the 1. This is good. She might use the 5-8. This is perfect.
That is
what I like about this shot, excuse me. What I like about this shot, I always say this, is that you send the 1 ball into an area where it's in the middle of nowhere, not near a cushion, not near another ball, so it's a very small target to hit, and it makes the shot a lot tougher for your opponent. Instead of sending the 1 ball into a corner or near a cushion, this is tough to eat.
She's coming the 1 rail. She's got to cue over that 8 ball as well, which makes it even more difficult.
Yeah, this is really tough to eat. Really tough to hit.
Ina just having a look at the 3-10 cluster. They look pretty locked together. Is Ina playing for a second foul here, or is she?
Yeah.
I assume that she is.
I think she's trying to move the 10 ball by playing safety. Yeah, this is not good enough, because this time the 1 rail kick is really shorter, so I don't think she'll have trouble to hit this one. Especially if she hits the low side of the 1, she will separate the balls and maybe use the 2, 9, 10 as a blocker for the cue ball. So this is not a good... Yeah, she hit it too thick. And that wasn't a good safety shot from Ina there, considering she had ball in hand. But as I always mentioned, it's easy when you are in the booth, it's easy when you are in the audience, but when you are in the arena battling, trying to keep mental clarity, trying to hold the nerves, it's a totally different story. So shoot out to the players to try their best, to play their best shots. And I've been there a couple of times. I know what it takes, so...
You got the scars to prove it.
Oh yeah, definitely. This game can really make you feel crazy. So I will definitely never ever criticize players that make wrong decisions or that feel the nerves, because it's It's really tough.
Yeah, and if any of our viewers are local to Rome, it is free to come and watch and get up close with the matches and the players. Maybe even get a few autographs as well. And I can tell you, when you're in the arena with them, you do start to feel the pressure a little bit more with them, Ben.
Yeah, definitely. I really love the way she opened up the 9-10 cluster.
Yeah, it's worked out well, especially the angle she's left on the 4 here. She could push off short rail and even pick up a bit of this bottom right long rail. Don't need to. This second set could be going all the way, Ben. Xiaofang Fu will be certainly hoping for this.
But we don't. We want to see a decider. Those two ladies are really top-notch players, so hopefully they will offer us a third set, but Fu is not from this opinion.
No, she'll would ideally love to take this second set to a hill to give herself every chance of closing the match out without needing a third set. But as Ina showed at the beginning of this second set, winning the first 3, she really doesn't need that many opportunities to take. Xiaofang will not be looking to let her back to the table in this rack.
I really love the way she played that 8-ball. I was going to say that it's not the good shot to play the 3 rails, and she just played the right shot. As I was mentioning earlier, when you play on slidey conditions like this, the 3 rails, I think it's tougher than the shot she just played, like stun over 2 rails. I really love the way she played that.
Wow, there we have it. What a second set. And what a swing. Ina Kaplan taking a 3-0 lead, which slowly but surely Xiaofang Fu has hammered away at. And we go hill in the second set. Ina Kaplan looking to take it through to a third and deciding set. But Xiaofang Fu with the break and with an opportunity to take the match at this opportunity. I'm just having a little look around, see if there are any more results in the arena. For our viewers just looking to know where to look, it's probilliardseries.com on the website. You'll get links through not just to this event. We have 2 other events here at this location in Rome. We have the Wheelchair Open and the Fujifilm Women's Doubles. More of that action to come today. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Xiaofang Fu breaking 3-3 in the second set, leading 1-0.
Again, really a square hit. Powerful break from Xiaofang Fu, but came up dry.
Yeah, been a few of them for her in this match. Just looking at what Ina's been left, I think there's an edge of the 1 if she chooses to take it on. She does have the option for a push.
Yeah, this is exactly the situation where I didn't think she had an edge, but if she had it, then you would send the 1 ball towards the 3 ball, and then the 5 and 8 would block the cue ball to go up table. So that's why I think even if she had an edge of the 1, she preferred to push out.
I'm still always of the opinion that if you do get the push, an opportunity to lock 2 balls together is always a good option. However, it wasn't to be. Xiaofang Fu didn't turn down that opportunity and nearly got cover behind the 8, Ben.
Yeah, that was tough to do because she really needed to get the line behind the 8. Again, because the one ball is going to an area where it's going to be open. So good shot there from Ina.
Now, are you going to come into this with pace? She's called something in the bottom left. Maybe as a bit of insurance. But the one is certainly sitting in a safe position, not allowing Ina to go on the offense.
Yeah, she is watching if she can like stop the cue ball where the one ball is, even if she could draw it and glue it in between the short rail and the 7. That would be ideal, of course, but that's why she called the one ball in the side, because it's going to be close. That's a kind of two-way shot there. Good shot.
Has she been unfortunate and found the gap? I think she has.
Oh, I tell you what, this is world-class safeties. This is a battle.
Yeah, and I really do like getting to see these sides of the players. The grit, the determination, and the shot selection. As you alluded to, world class. Did that one ball move? I don't think it did. Okay, the first reward from the exchange of safety plays there. Ball in hand for Xiaofang.
This game is really tough getting, considering the level she played throughout the match. And maybe she's going to be 2 and out in this tournament, which is, when you think, which is pretty crazy. She's done like a couple of mistakes, yeah, but nothing like super wrong. And a player of that level, of that class, that can go 2 and out in such a tournament, this is pretty crazy.
Yeah, it will be. And Ina will not be in the women's doubles Fujifilm showdown event either. So it would be an exit from Rome for her. We have seen quite a bit of Xiaofang Fu in our mixed doubles action, in our Poison events and Pro Billiards Series events. I do remember in St. Louis, she partnered up with a home hopeful, Justin Bergman, and they reached the final in that occasion. And also back in Austria recently, partnered up with Dennis Graber and made the final as well. So she's not a bad teammate to have either, Ben.
That's why I told this. They are my favorite, because Siming Chen is one of the greatest players I've ever saw. Like it's crazy to see that woman. We don't see her many often, but you will have the opportunity to witness that women play. It's really crazy, and it's been years also. So yeah, I'm definitely happy to find her in the field.
Yeah, it was a delight to see her name on there, and more importantly, to be gifting us some action in the doubles event. The Fujifilm doubles showdown will be taking place later today. At the moment, it's coming up as 5:30 on my schedule, but please do keep an eye on the Pro Billiard Series website for that and updates. And if you also subscribe and switch your notifications on with Pro Billiard TV, you should never be far away from the start of the next match. And as you alluded to, Ben, this is starting to look like a two-set exit for Ina, and that will not be fair at all with regards to reflection on her performance, because I have to say she has been playing world-class, top-notch stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely. And as you mentioned, we continue this afternoon, but the schedule has moved a little bit, and I think the next two rounds will be at 4 p.m. and 6:30 p.m.
And that will definitely be mixed, rather the Fujifilm doubles showdown at 4 o'clock. And I might even be able to give you a little insight into up-and-coming matches on the TV tables. But Ina's just looked away there. However, Xiaofang has left this very, very thin 10, Ben. She looks like she's going to take it on.
Yeah, because there is no work to do with the cue ball. She's going all in to win the match. So
overcut it. Wow, this is going to a third and deciding set. Without the commentator's curse, Ina Kaplan, well, a little bit of a gift from Xiaofang, but that won't take anything away from the fact that she's worked very hard, took an early 3-0 lead, watched her opponent chip back at it, but at the end has pipped the second set, and we'll be going to a third and deciding set between these two. We'll just bring up the statistics for the first two sets while our players take a timeout, and myself, Gethin Davis, and Benjamin Belhassan will also join them. And, well, refresh your glasses. This third set could be an absolute thriller. We look forward to having you back very shortly. Don't go anywhere. Well, a warm welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Banca del Fucino WPA Women's 10-Ball World Championships and this thriller losers round one matchup between Xiaofang and Ina Kaplan. Xiaofang taking the opening set 4-0. Ina Kaplan in the second taking a 3-0 lead, which Xiaofang brought back to all square. But Ina just pipping it at the final hurdle, and we are in this third and deciding set, and a dry break from Xiaofang. My name's Gethin Davis, back in the box for this thriller. Benjamin Belhassan, welcome back, Ben.
Yeah, thanks, Gethin. Yeah, this is pretty crazy. I thought she would make that cut, and the game was over, but this is what pool is sometimes, and but definitely Ina deserves the third set, the way she played throughout this match. So it's good for us because we are back at it with those two top class players in the third and deciding set. But Fu must be a little bit frustrated to have missed that cut on the 10.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ben. I was already worried I wasn't going to get enough time to announce the matches coming up in the 4 o'clock bracket. But we are back, and I will definitely have enough time. Oh, Ina needed to avoid the 6 with the 2. It's just clipped it and thrown it off the path to the side pocket. Fu may not have been expecting to be back at the table so soon. Ooh. That's leaked all the way through, Ben, and into the open for Ina. And you were mentioning about the 4 o'clock bracket. We will see Xiaofang back to the table, and excitingly so, she will be in the matchup playing alongside Simin Chen, and they'll be taking on Kelly Fisher and Wei Tu Chen. Wei. That could be a final in itself as well. So today, day 2 seems to just be full of it. Gone wrong, and it went wrong with the cue ball as well, because she wouldn't have had anything on the 4. However, where the 3 is ended up, it doesn't look really like it's available to attack. But then we have been surprised by both players in this match so far.
Yeah, good shot there. Again, the 3 ball is in the middle of nowhere, and she really made sure that she uses the 9-10 as a blocker. So I like that, even if she left a jump shot there.
Successful hit on the 4. The shot clock, on a rare occasion so far in this match, just starting to breathe down Ina's neck. We haven't really had the shot clock come into effect much in this match at all. But Fu back to the table with a look at this pattern, and she's played good position here for the 4.
Yeah, she's looking at the line, and she knows that she can go 2 reals to the center of the table, would be ideal for the 5-6. So that's exactly what she's done. Came up short a little bit. She'll have a tougher cut on the 5, and maybe she will elect it to play a little bit of draw with right English to get back to the 6 ball on the side. I don't know what kind of angle she has from there. Yeah, like that. This is good.
Yeah, not doing too much with the cue ball either now. Leaving a natural angle to come out for the 8, and looking good for Xiaofang here. Maybe just having a little bit of a flashback to the second set and not wanting Hina to get off the mark first.
Good shot there. This is not easy to do. Kind of stunning, running forward a little bit with English to get the line of the 9.
Lovely view of the Predator arc tables there. I do love this specific model with the gold trim. Looks great under the lights. What also looks great under the lights is Xiaofang Fu taking the opening rack in this third set. It's exactly what she would have hoped for after that timeout, just to shake off that missed cut on the 10 to take the match. And just to ask another question of Ina, also just having a look out, well, that's our action over on table 2, but across at the arena as well, some results already coming in. One that did start a little bit later, but has finished earlier than most. Kelly Fisher winning 2-0 against the American Carolyn Peo. And Wanling Wan has taken a 2-0 victory over another one of the home hopefuls, Cristina Muchetti. And Meng Xiaofang has taken that as a result against Sara Iannini 2-0. Ooh,
8
ball
ball.
made, Ben.
Yeah. Yeah, 8 ball went directly to the corner pocket. Nothing easy for the 1, but at least when you make balls on the break, you keep the inning at the table, so you have the opportunity to play a good safety shot to get control of the rack. This is a good shot.
Oh. And this was more like what we were seeing in the opening set. Xiaofang just giving Ina nothing to get her teeth into. She's going to jump over the edge here. Is she going to be looking just to take an edge of the 1 and go for the pot? Oh,
wow, she's made it.
It looked like the scratch was going to come following it, but it didn't. And although she's not got anything to attack on this blue 2, what a great jump shot. Keeps her at the table. she called that? Or did she? No.
Oh. Wow.
I think she was hoping to play that thinner to bring the cue ball back out, but she made the 2, but without calling it. That brings Xiaofang back to the table, Ben, and I can see her attacking this red 3 ball. Well, sometimes the commentator's curse can work in mysterious ways, but I did expect her to attack that, and attack it she did. Wow. Oh.
Yeah, that was the problem. When you roll balls like she just did on the 4 ball, then the cue ball is moving a little bit forward, causing to hit the 5 ball a little bit too thick instead of pushing it towards the corner pocket.
Nice. That was,
Yeah, good shot.
to me,
Simple
the
but
obvious-
effective.
Yeah, exactly, Ben. To me, it was the obvious shot, but they're really difficult to judge. Now, can Ina return the favor from this escape?
Yeah, she's just gonna roll it softly into it. Even try to glue the 7 with the 5. Yeah. Good shot.
Can she slide off the edge of the 5 here and not leak it out?
Yeah, I think she could really put Ina into trouble here if she put the 3 balls into the diagonal. Oh, she's gonna use the 6. This is risky,
Needs to.
but
Yeah, that was my worry, Ben. Playing it like that, the 5 may have leaked out, which it has done. But nicely judged to keep the 6 in the way.
now she's gonna try to roll it and stay behind the 7. I think it's a little bit too hard, but yeah. But that was a good shot. That was really a good effort from Ina there.
Oof. An opening 5 here, which is a tester going past the side pocket.
Good shot.
Now, what are you thinking with the 7 to 9?
Yeah, stop shot on the 6.
Nice angle. Looking to come back out above the 9, across table. And leaving herself an angle to bring the cue ball back out center table for the 10.
Good shot. This is exactly the type of shot where you don't want to decelerate the stroke on the impact, and she didn't. She really accelerate. Good stroke there.
Yeah, indeed. Good stroke and good result. 2-0 in this third deciding set. Starting to stamp her authority again on this match. And just asking a few more questions of Ina. In the winner breaks format, she will get back to break. And as we bring the stats up for you, I did allude to the next matches coming up in a 4 o'clock time slot. We do have the Fujifilm Women's Doubles Master Showdown. If you want to keep an eye on the fixtures for that event, please do visit probilliardseries.com, and you can also pick up the link to our third event here in Rome, and that's the Predator Wheelchair Open. And I got to watch a bit of that yesterday. Fantastic stuff out there, and a couple of early upsets. Xiaofang to break in this third deciding set, leading 2 racks to 0 in this race to 4. She hasn't made too many off the break, Ben. On this occasion she has, but has nothing to do with the 1.
Yeah. For example, here she could push the 2. She could bank the 2 towards the 2 balls like 4 and 9 and leave the 1. You know, for example, this is a perfect example where you can tie the balls at the beginning of the match. Even if the 4 ball is already an ugly situation, but she could have made it worse.
Yeah, I certainly think there's a gap in the market for training videos on how to deal with the push shot, because there are so many options available and so many different interpretations of what you can do, and obviously players are different in themselves. You just feel sometimes there are missed opportunities out there. Now, Fu will have had something up her sleeve playing that push shot. Half expecting to be coming back to the table. Did she call the 1 in the bottom right? Is that a 2-railer she's playing? Around the back of the 6? No.
Yeah, maybe she played it off the 6. It's tough to tell. Yeah. That was the shot, but that was a push out, which was really difficult, and I think Ina made the right move. Yeah.
Well, this is a good opportunity. As you can see with the 4-9 looking tricky, but that 4 has certainly the possibility for the right side pocket, and where the 3 is, that would lend itself to be not too bad a ball to lead into it either.
Yeah, and this is exactly the reason why I would have liked to push the 2 ball towards this 4-9 cluster. Try to make it worse on the push out. But of course, again, I'm in the booth, and it's a lot easier to be there than to be in the arena. So.
Oh, delightful.
Yeah, good shot there. Smooth from Ina. Still a lot of work to do though, but
Oh, what a shot to take on at that pace as well. Ina has certainly not lacking any confidence or braveness.
yeah, definitely.
However, will it prove costly? Xiaofang keen to get the cue ball low on this 4, but that might be a couple of rolls too far. Or will it?
I think she's okay though.
Great work from our cameraman getting in there before Xiaofang. Ooh, she might need to nibble over the edge. Ooh.
She almost made it.
Yeah. That 4 looked to go deep into the side pocket before coming back out. Does it pass the 5? Don't think so.
No.
That looked a very difficult shot to take on, Ben. She's dressing up when she wants that cue ball to be for the 6. Just stretching a little bit over an object ball, that ball being the 8.
Good shot there.
Yeah, that looks very good. You have to say, after missing that cut on the 10, it has not dented Xiaofang's belief at all. In fact, she's come out in this 3rd set in formidable fashion. Probably felt she needed to do that because Ina's got this way of getting off to good starts and maintaining it.
Yeah, definitely strong mental side from Fu there to get back on track for the 3rd set.
Used all of the pocket for that 9, and now the 10.
Wow, yeah.
And that 10 ball brings Xiaofang Fu to the hill in this 3rd deciding set without any reply from Ina as of yet. This was a mirrored situation in the last set where Ina took a 3-0 lead and Xiaofang Fu was able to chip away at it to get back to the hill. It didn't get her the result for the set, but Ina must fully believe that she has the capability of doing likewise. If it were to get back to 3-3, we would be in the situation where we would move through to a shootout. And so far, Benjamin, we've not had a shootout, I believe, on the TV tables.
Yeah, not for the moment.
And just to let you know, our next round of matches will be in half an hour, and it will be the Fuji Film Women's Double Showdown. And if you want to have a look at the matches that are coming up, the fixtures, they're all on ProBilliardSeries.com. I'll squeeze a couple in now. On table 2, Che Yu teaming up with Takach, taking on Wang and Mast. Table 3, the Filipino contingency Santino Amit taking on Hiraguchi Kawahara, the Japanese duo. A lot more matches kicking off, 8 in total. Please do go visit the website to find out more. Xiaofang Fu perhaps breaking for the match in this 3rd deciding set.
What a break.
can't hit them much harder than that, Ben.
Yeah, especially from the side. Really strong break from Fu there, but no shot. I don't know if she can see an edge of the one, but if she can't, then she's in trouble. But the thing is, you can kick from behind and track the cue ball towards the 6-8 to play safe. If you don't want to push, this is something that's on. This is something that you can control, but it's tough.
That's a good shout, Benjamin. That is a very good shout, sir.
Yeah, but the risk is to make the 8, yeah, like that. Yeah, that was the risk, but she didn't.
No, and that's pushed the 2 into a tricky spot as well. So this 4th rack has got a bit of work in it. She didn't want that 5 ball to move. It did. Now, did that leave an edge? Oof, not from that camera angle.
No, that's okay. Almost made it with the help of the 7 ball.
Yeah, that did make the pocket a little bit bigger. And was very good jump shot just to get over the edge of the 5, because there wasn't much distance between it and the cue ball. Now, it has left a straight-ish 1 ball, but as Ina keeps making eye contact with, that 2-6 is not very friendly at the top of the table. It may lend itself to be a good position to play a safety from, but it's going to be struggling to do much with the cue ball off this 1. A nice little catch of the reaction from Ina there as that 1 ball rattled its way in. She caught that a bit thicker than she'd anticipated for, but just looking to freeze the cue ball. Now we'll get to see what she had up her sleeve here.
I might go real first here. She's not going to do that. Oh, this is a good shot. I didn't think she could do that. So if she can do that, then it's a good shot. But for example, if she couldn't have done that, I would have gone myself rail first and try to send the 2 ball towards the 10 and the cue ball on the long rail near the 8. That would have been a good shot also. Oh.
That was such a delicate shot to take on, Ben. Just looking to catch the edge. Had to shave past the 6 as well.
Yeah. The 3 ball is tricky though, and it's not going to be easy to reach. Yeah, she's looking at it right now, but it's going to be a lot of work to get there. And
Ooh,
yeah,
Ina.
She can go real first, but still, even with ball in hand, the 3 ball is really tough to reach. So.
Yeah. Oh, made even harder if that 10 comes in the way.
Yeah, because she really wanted to play a safety shot out of the 3, but now she's facing a snooker. Maybe she can swerve a little bit and clip the 3 and separate the balls. That would be ideal. Yeah, but she didn't touch it.
And we've We've not seen much signs of frustration from either player. That probably the first one, but Ina realizes at what stage in the match that this is panning out.
Yeah, because it's the worst thing you can do on such a position is giving ball in hand to your opponent. Because from anywhere of the table but ball in hand, the 3-ball is not makeable. So this is why she got quite mad. But Fu didn't draw enough. So
No.
she doesn't have the right angle on the 4, and she'll have work to do again. It's not over till it's over. Oh, yes. See, yes, she really had the wrong angle to do this. And she tried, which was a good try, but it was really tricky.
Wow, good jump shot. Just for the elevation needed and to keep control of the cue ball.
Yeah. She's left a long, tough, straight-in shot where Ina has to draw back all the way. So this is tough. You need your best stroke to do it. Yeah, this is really tough.
That was a big shot to try and take on. She had to take it on, though, with not so much traffic left on the table, Ben.
Yeah, it was kind of do or die shot. And also to stay alive, because our opponent is on the hill, so that was high pressure shot.
And, well, let's see if the 10 ball from the end of the second set will just resonate a little to haunt her. I very much doubt it, but yes, certainly not a problem. Good position on the 10. Xiaofang Fu not in as comfortable as fashion as she looked like she may have taken after the opening set, winning the opening set 4-0. Ina Kaplan fighting back valiantly. However, Xiaofang Fu responding with another 4-0 win in the third set to progress through in this losers bracket. Sadly, Ina Kaplan will be returning home. Big thank you to you all for joining us. And just to let you know, coming up next in 25 minutes from now, we will be kicking off with action from our Fuji Film Women's Doubles Showdown. And if you keep an eye on ProBilliardSeries.com, you will find out the fixtures and the table numbers. Pro Billiard TV streaming 4 tables live for you. And if you are enjoying the streams, please do like, share and subscribe. My name's Gethin Davis. An absolute pleasure. Joining me in the box, Benjamin Belhassan. Thank you very much, sir. And we look forward to be bringing you more action live in just 25 minutes. Don't go anywhere.